Yo, what up, Street Talks? There, Kim, or the thought. So, new year, new photos. So, what do I mean by that is, so, a lot of people, they're thinking about 2020. It's like, wow, this year has been a wash. It sucks that COVID happened, had all these plans, and blah, blah. And I mean, it is true. It certainly, like, COVID happening wasn't necessarily a positive thing in the common sense, but no, I think it's good to look back at 2020 with gratitude and also excitement for 2021 is new year, new photos. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is, the gist is, like, I mean, this is kind of more of a Zen Taoist approach. Is things were bad, but why weren't things worse? Like, there are some people, during the beginning of COVID, they're gonna be like, oh, there's gonna be like crazy food riots, all this other crazy stuff. And it actually seems that the worst didn't actually happen as we anticipated it to be. I think even Elon Musk, he tweeted an image. It was like, what we thought that was gonna happen during COVID, which is like zombie world apocalypse. And actually what happened was, people just at home playing more video games, watching Netflix, smoking weed, whatever it may be. And so one thing I'm grateful about this year is things weren't as bad as we anticipated. I mean, things were obviously certainly bad and difficult for everybody, but I don't know, I think as a society, we made it through it. And as a consequence, people are more compassionate to each other. Everyone has Zoom fatigue, email fatigue, computer screen fatigue, whatever. And therefore, as a consequence, I don't know, I think people are a lot more lenient, lax. One thought that I actually had was, I'm so grateful that COVID didn't happen like 10 years ago. Can you imagine all of us like on like super basic web technologies? Even worse, imagine all of us using Skype instead of Zoom. Or what if it's, COVID happened during like 20 years ago and we're on like AOL 3.0. So all things considered, I think, I don't know, it's been interesting for me because there's a lot of, I think COVID has kind of showed me human resiliency. Like, we're far more resilient than we would have otherwise thought. And actually in some ways, COVID's kind of challenged me to rethink my life and simplify things and stuff like that. So for example, certainly with COVID, you're not like really traveling no more, going to coffee shops and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been drinking more coffee at home, spending some more time to think, reflect, and meditate, and just being more grateful of photography too. Spending more time with friends, family, checking in and stuff like that. And one of the thoughts I had this morning was, photography is inherently optimistic, which means, like, we know that New Year is going to happen whether we like it or not, and this can be our chance and our opportunity to, have new photos, have new experiences, see new things, think new things, read new things, watch new things. Surprisingly, actually, it seems like there's a decent amount of interesting new movies and films coming out. Like, Disney's putting out a lot of stuff. I think that I heard good things about the new Soul animated film, even the new Wonder Woman 1984, whatever. And so there is certainly a future, right? Future is optimistic. And the irony is, in American society, we are very future oriented. The reason we invest is because we have hope for a new future, and also and then this is the problem with a lot of like philosophies too, is they're like, kind of like more Zen Taoist kinds, like, oh, enjoy the present moment. Yeah, which, I totally get. I do appreciate the present moment. But I think the principle about life is about growth in the future. And certainly nobody knows what the future holds for us. But the fact that there is certainly going to be a future, I think is the ultimate optimistic thought. And you know, and this is where like, I guess like Apple and digital stuff is quite good too, because it is an optimistic future for us photographers too, because you know, there's going to be new digital technologies, new ways to edit, process, select our photos, smartphones, the cameras are going to keep getting better. The new iPhone is quite good for photography and stuff like that. And I don't know, even for myself personally, I'm quite excited. There's lots of philosophical thoughts which await me the next year, and even one thing I think about photography is using this opportunity to reflect and look at your old photos that you shot this year, but also being excited for the new photos you're going to shoot in 2021. I mean, man, this still blows my mind because I was doing a lot of philosophizing before, you know, peak COVID really hit. And I was like thinking a lot about, oh wow, we're living in the year 2020. We should be so futuristic, and it isn't. And then, you know, COVID happened. Well, oh shit, you know, we were all just trying to stay alive. And then now that 2021 is just around the corner, I'm like, man, we're living so far into the future. How can we best utilize or maximize this? And so it does seem that the fundamental COVID fears has dissipated. It seems that like we are regaining some level of normalcy in our life. And so the best question is, how can we continue to progress or move forward in 2021? I mean, things to be excited for, cryptocurrency, crypto anything. I personally sold my Bitcoin, made a small profit, or a decent profit, converted it all into Chainlink, which is like another crypto technology, still invested in Digibyte DGB. And so the potential of seeing some sort of interesting new future with cryptocurrencies is interesting to me. Still thinking about this whole like working from home, new forms of social living is interesting to me. And yeah, like, I don't know, there's lots of exciting things to think about. And I think the big one is that it's going to be a new year for new photographic experiences and journeys. I mean, you might not be able to travel as much, but even within our limited sphere, I mean, even for me, just like going on a simple walk improves my mood like 100-fold, or even working at the gym. I mean, depending on, you know, where you live and stuff like that. And also just not limiting yourself to just photography, but yeah, you know, do videos, vlogs, make beats, dance. I think the physical, mental, and the creative are all kind of intertwined. So new technologies are exciting, and yeah, new chance for you to build up your own photography website. Just bluehost.com, install wordpress.org, start it as a blog, more of a portfolio thing. And so it's like we don't necessarily need new photography, New Year's resolutions and so far much, but it's more of like this excitement and joy that 2021 is going to happen whether we like it or not, and the excitement for new photos, new experiences, and new ways you could innovate in your photography.